Thank you very much, Presiding Officer. First of all, I want to congratulate Jackson Carlaw for securing this important members' debate and also to thank him for his powerful contribution. Jackson Carlaw is correct that across this chamber there is a unified position in our determination to help educate future generations. The Holocaust Memorial Day debate is an annual debate, and that is absolutely right. We should never forget nor allow the atrocities of the Holocaust to be forgotten. The Holocaust is an example of how brutal regimes can have a long-lasting effect upon societies in perpetuity. I've spoken in some of these members' debates in the past, and I've previously highlighted my experience when I went to visit Auschwitz a number of years ago. Nothing can prepare you for the experience and effect of going to Auschwitz, and also what that effect will have upon you. I and others at least had the chance to leave that day. 960,000 Jews were murdered by the Nazis there, and 6 million Jews were murdered during the Holocaust. Attempting to comprehend the sheer scale of these atrocities is impossible, and we owe it to present and future generations to do all that we can to both educate and work with the various organisations who work in our schools and with our young people to ensure that they know of this particular part of history. This will be an activity that must happen long after every one of us is no longer walking this earth, and in my opinion, the day society decides stop telling this part of history is the day that the world gives up. 2 days ago, it was reported that a Dutch tourist was fined after giving a Nazi salute at Auschwitz. First of all, this action is abhorrent. And secondly, it shows that there is still a job to be done to educate people about the Holocaust. There is no justification for any such action take place anywhere. When I walked into Auschwitz, I became numb. The silence was deafening and the eeriness was startling. I've never felt anything like it, and I don't want to again. As you walk about Auschwitz, you see the various rooms where torture took place, the shower rooms where people were gassed, the crematorium where bodies were burned, the wall where people were shot. And probably one of the most striking, it was the room full of shoes of the victims of people who perished at the hands of the Nazis. So also, I have had the privilege of hearing the testimony in this Parliament of survivors of the Nazi regime. And the theme for today's Holocaust Memorial Day debate is one day. This is fitting, and it provides a sense of hope. Without hope, we have got nothing. One day we hope to live in a world with respect for others instead of what is all too often the case. The Holocaust and the numerous examples of genocide MSPs have raised today are examples of how much we still need to do. We do need to rededicate ourselves to do all that we can, and I would like to think that one day respecting religious and ethnic backgrounds and the eradication of intolerance becomes a reality. Thank you.
Thank you.